Hey everybody, welcome to Supercharged. Mark Z here. We're back at SEMA Garage in Plymouth, Michigan. You know, we were here, in January. It was a little chilly. Today it's like a heat wave in June in Michigan. We're going to go inside and see some cool technology, ADAS technology. They're going to show us some of the neat testing they've been doing and learn a little bit more about the ADAS technology and aftermarket outfitting. So let's go in. At the ADAS lab, SEMA's Garage ADAS lab. You got two of them. What's this one?
We do. This is the OEM lab. So what we've done is we've installed a facility that is very much like the end of a production line at the OEMs where they do the calibration on the plant floor. It supports our OEM customers and our aftermarket customers. It proves to our OEMs that we are serious about ADAS with respect to ADAS calibration and proper functionality of those systems when our vehicles get modified. We have some key initiatives. Education and awareness is one of the main things that we need to do. We have 5 different levels of membership. We have first adopters, they're already working on ADAS. Then we have fast followers and the mass market. We need to elevate each one of those types of members to the next level through education and awareness. And then the stakeholder identification, that's what I just talked about, was the different type of people that belong to SEMA. So we've identified out of our 7,000 members, roughly 2,200 are affected by ADAS. So it's not just windshields and collision, but it's also the brake companies, the bumper companies, the coating companies for radar. There's also the winch companies that are potentially moving winches, and we haven't done any research on that. The main focus right now are our suspension companies, which are lifting vehicles, and we're going to talk about that and what they should be doing right now to prepare for the standard. OEM and technical, Tier 1 technical advocacy. We don't have the information we need from the OEMs in order to support all of the things that we need to do to drive safely and return these vehicles back to a safe condition. So we are advocates, whether it's with OEMs or Tier 1s, for our aftermarket members. And the regulatory and government affairs. So we also participate with NHTSA, with the Department of Transportation on the impending standards, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So we're looking for calibration partnerships. Calibration facilities like this, dedicated just to calibration, are opening up all around the country here. And so we feel that in the future there will be a need for all of our members across the country to go to a facility just like this. And then testing partnerships. So when you modify a vehicle and you're lifting the vehicle, you have to test the headlights, you have to retest the bumpers. There's lots of testing that has to be done, and especially rollover testing, or the FMVSS standards for stability control. So we're going to be working with our members on all those types of things. And then the ADAS research needs to continue. So I'm going to be showing some things about the ADAS research that we're doing now, but we've been approached by bumper companies wanting us to do radar attenuation testing. We've been approached by winch companies wanting us to do modified vehicle testing for the radars once they install a winch. And then the brake companies, the tire companies, the wheel companies, there's so much that's affected by ADAS. Think about electronic stability control. These things progress over time, but things change and they have to all be addressed. That's how technology works, right? The technology is introduced, there's some bugs to work out, we're still in the working out stages of bugs for ADAS, but eventually all of these things will be ubiquitous on our vehicles. And then the growth of this group, right? We feel that there's going to be a certification process in the future, whether it's for our members to get their parts certified or the vehicles will be certified. We're looking in the future, 5, 7, 10 years from now. What does that future look like for ADAS, and how can the SEMA Garage help?
So, Mike, on the certification process, I guess you need a standard to certify.
We do, and that's it. The standard just came out at the end of April. It's called Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard 127 for automatic emergency braking. Okay, so a visual depiction of the SEMA Garage research that we did at the Transportation Research Center is right here. This is a little 15 seconds of what they do out there at the Transportation Research Center. They've built a building just for autonomous and ADAS testing. It's called the Smart Center. These are not ADAS tests. These are just kind of a small 15-second promotion of them setting up for a test with the soft car, with the pedestrian detection, and then there's the soft car that you drive through, and then the T-bone test. So these are just a little bit about what they do there, how that vehicle goes back together. And then so the actual research that we've done, we've got our tests here. You can watch the 3-minute video. The rear cross traffic alert, real simply, as you're pulling out of your driveway or backing out of a parking spot, the truck is in reverse and the vehicle goes by. How soon does it get recognized with the different lift configurations? And that data is right here. I'll point this out. Watch when this hits 10 meters, the value actually shows up right there on the screen. And it was very consistent for all different vehicle configurations. This is the lane departure and lane keep assist mark that you asked about, right? And so we drive into the lane, and then at half a degree rotation per second, and then we actually measure how close we get to the lane line, and that's going to be right here in meters. So it's a very small number, but it was the 3.5 inches for that test. And the rest of them are self-explanatory for automatic emergency braking, and then rear cross traffic alert, and all the others. So thank you, Mark, for coming to the SEMA Garage ADAS facilities. There's so much more to teach and learn. Look forward to another episode where I can work a little bit more with SAE Detroit. Yeah, maybe there's something, I don't know, next door that we can. Yeah, we've got 3 locations here besides the emission. Yeah. I mean, we have 3 labs. We have the emissions, but we also have a dimensional measurement area. Let's go check that out. All right. Okay. Hey Mike, that was great. When can we come back and see more goodies? You're welcome, Mark. Yeah, we've got so much great stuff here at the SEMA Garage. Inviting you back anytime to see a little precursor here. Michael, my colleague, can show you the dimensional analysis that we do, the measurements that we do. Michael, introduce yourself.
So, hi, I'm Michael Bryden, the product development engineer here at SEMA Garage Detroit. And behind me is the installation center where we'll be able to show you more on the dimensional analysis. Let's go. Let's check it out.
Actually, in the movie, the guy had that, right? What is this thing?
So this is a Creaform Metroscan, 3D scanner. Portable CMM basically is what it's advertised and marketed as. As portable as we can make it with how much data we're collecting and transferring at a time. So here, I'll get it angled toward the car and we'll start a quick scan demo for you guys. So this is a vision-based system, so it's not photometric, so it is taking accurate dimensions based off a triangulated path from a laser that's going to come out of the handheld portion. The laser is going to make contact to the surface, come back to one of our reflective pucks, and then over to the tracking system. And then that triangulated path will be decimated down into a resolution that we dictate, whether it's 1 mil or 0.2 mil. We can vary between those. So yeah, here, let's get it fired up and show you the cool stuff. And then back there on that screen, it will display as well. So first to start, we're gonna grab an auto adjustment. This just will take it and adjust our shutter speed either higher or lower based off if we're doing a light or dark surface. Since this one's a little bit lighter, it's going to go with a lower shutter speed. Now we'll go ahead and start scanning. So it's very quick. It populates about 1.8 million measurements per second. And those measurements are the little triangulated paths that I was talking about. It'll put a little triangulated dot every time it sees a surface. It's doing that 1.8 million times a second to make this mesh that we're seeing. Surface real quickly.
So how do you know if you're missing a dot or two?
After when we finish out the scan, I'll take and pause the screen and just do a quick brief once over on it, make sure we collected all the data that we want to. See, like any of these, it's got to be, perpendicular to the surface. So if we're just going this way, it's not going to get anything underneath on this tailgate edge. So we'll go and do a swipe underneath like that, get more of the handle. That trim, and so that area, as you can see, it's not really picking up. That's on the chrome, so we can adjust again. let's see how it picks up chrome. Sometimes you'll need to prep the surface, spray it with a scanning spray of some sort. This, it looks like it's going to be able to get it with a higher shutter speed, so we'll go into that and add that chrome trim right on in there.
So it really is 3D, right?
Correct,
yeah.
yes.
That's crazy. Wow.
So pause it on that and see what kind of a surface we've got. See the mesh there. And that's what we're able to pick up pretty quick, you know, doing a tailgate scan. So for the member use, that could be, you know, a tailgate skin's being designed for it. If people are doing any sort of, you know, bed storage and whatnot, and they want to see how the tailgate would fold and fit and modify with that storage, you could take and use that file. We can scan it, you know, both variations,
right.
align it to the same origin. Yeah, makes it a nice little canvas basically for our members to be able to design a new piece off of.
That's looking pretty science fiction here, but it's reality. So next time we come by, I want to see the replicator part of this, all right?
Yeah, we can maybe scan something and do a little like print with it next time too.
Great.
Decimate it into a print.
Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome.
All right, see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.
Have a supercharged day, everybody.